If you were in a car accident and the other person was at fault, yeah, you have a case. But how much is your case actually worth? That's the more important question, isn't it? Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm attorney Mark Brown, and a large majority of my law practice is representing injury victims in car accidents. Now remember, anything I'm saying in this video has to be taken with a little bit more than a grain of salt. Every case is fact specific. Every case. But generally speaking, if you get into a little fender bender where a car just bumps into you lightly, maybe only puts a little scratch that you can buff out the paint, your case might not be worth that much. Keyword might, but you still have a case and you have some inconvenience. So your case does have some value. The question is, how much is it worth? But even with a minor property damage case, there could be some value there based on all of the facts. With that being said, a lot of times people look at the property damage to try to maximize their case. I think their case is incredibly valuable, but that doesn't always work. So let's say you're in your mid-20s, you're healthy, clean bill of health, great shape, and you get into a minor fender bender. A person just rolled into the back of your car in the Sonics drive-thru. There's not much property damage and you're not really hurt that bad. So your case is not going to be worth that much. And I gotta say that much because that's relative. However, same facts, but the person that rolled into the back of you was incredibly drunk. They are smashed. They get arrested. Another situation that I've seen too often, and I don't understand why, is people running from the cops and then hitting someone. Several cases where that happened. Regardless on the extent of the injuries, those cases are going to be more valuable because of punitive damages awarded against the at-fault driver who was running from the cops. So what exactly are punitive damages? Punitive damages are assessed against the wrongdoer, the at-fault driver. So most time you think about the damage done to your car as a client or the injuries you sustained as the injured client. But with punitive damages, we are looking at the actions of the at-fault driver and punishing them for their actions. You can get in the same accident with the same injuries, all the same facts, but if the at-fault driver was doing one of these actions, your case could be worth a lot more. These actions are going to add value to your case because courts want to punish wrongdoers for certain actions, kind of keep them from committing those same actions again in the future. This is why DUI accidents are worth way more than regular car accidents. In fact, if you get into a DUI, if you're hit by a drunk driver, you need to call a lawyer as soon as possible. Call me as soon as possible if you're hit by a drunk driver, because I guarantee you, even if the insurance company tells you they're giving you the full policy limit, oh, there's more. There's more money to be got. Story time. So I previously had a client. She was driving down the roadway and another vehicle is speeding towards her. They cross into her lane of traffic. At the last second, she drives off the side of the road into a ditch to avoid a head-on collision. Thank God she was not severely injured in this collision. So you might think, the case doesn't have that much value. The car that was speeding towards her, they were running from the cops. Why? Because they had just robbed a bank and had a shootout with law enforcement. Needless to say, we took that case and we resolved it for the policy limits well into the six figures. And I can tell you right now, without a lawyer, the insurance company is not going to pay you punitive damages. Why? Because they don't have to. You have no leverage. You have no power to make them pay that money. The only leverage that an unrepresented person has with the insurance company is the fact that they may go hire a lawyer because insurance companies know they're going to have to pay out more money once an injury lawyer is involved. Again, that goes back. It's better to get 70% of a watermelon than 100% of a grape. I can tell you one of the most painful things I experienced is when I speak with someone and they told me about how they had an injury case and they settled it on their own by hiring a lawyer and they give me the facts involved, and I automatically know their case is worth 4 or 5 times what that adjuster, the insurance company, paid them for their case, and they think they did the right thing. And I'm like, yo, your case was more likely worth the range of, A and B. You undervalue, you sold your case for undervalue. And what they often say next, grind my gears. I didn't want to give no lawyer a percentage of my money. Lawyers don't take a percentage. We earn a percentage because we add value to your case. The amount of money that client would have recovered by hiring a lawyer, once the lawyer's fees earned come out of that amount, still would have put way, way more money in that client's hand. And the client would not have had to do any of the work. The lawyer would have did all of the heavy lifting. So again, just if you're interested, just call a lawyer. Give me a call, hit me up on DM something. While we're on the topic of attorney fees, the standard for injury lawyers is 1/3, so 33.33% if the case settles pre-suit without having to go into litigation, which I did another video discussing litigation and all of that. And then once it does go into litigation, normally it goes up to 40%. So the clients always take majority of the amount that is recovered for them. In my office, for instance, if a client has a bunch of medical bills and a bunch of costs, and the attorney's fee comes out to the same amount or more than the client, we always reduce our fee because we will never take more money as an attorney's fee than the client is going to take home in their hand. That's just not something we did. And then also, and I may have already said it, but we're gonna say it again, once you have a lawyer and the case settled, we handle the back end stuff, like getting your health insurance liens and getting those reduced, getting all your medical bills from the different providers reduced. You might have $20,000 in medical bills. Our goal is to get that amount owed back reduced as low as possible so that's more money that goes in your hand. The attorney fee does not come off of any reduction. That's not more money for the lawyer. That's more money for our clients. So with all that being said, if you're looking for someone to help you with your auto collision case, just check out the link below. I'll meet you there.